Hey guys, this is Mr. Roxy. I made a video which had the same screenshot as this one, sell everything, things going up in flames behind it, but it didn't have this little thumbnail at the bottom that says this video has been removed by the user. I took down that video because, I was trying to make fun and make light of things that are sort of thrown at us daily by the mainstream media, whether it's about religion or politics or coronavirus and wearing masks and getting vaccinated and all that kind of stuff. And you know what? I realized I should just leave the comedy for people who are actually funny because I'm way too serious. So what I thought is I'll almost publish this as a retraction, but it's not a retraction because you can't see the other video any longer because it's been basically deleted. But what I did think to do was, how about we should take a little bit of time and instead of saying sell everything, let's take a look at what you guys are actually buying. And then at the end, I'll share with you some of the positions that I've recently initiated myself or actually added to. So as opposed to sell everything, I'm actually going to tell you and show you and share with you what our community of like-minded investors are actually potentially buying. So Bulldogs sent a note here. This is just a few hours ago, and he said, Rudy, you may want to take a closer look at VST, which is Vistra Corp. They are a large energy company. This is a utility company that Jean Litme, and I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Jean or Jan. This is a position that Jan had opened up. He says same year he initiated a small position a week ago, and Bulldogs did the same. And I'm not sure, Bulldogs, whether you've added to that position or whether you initiated a first position. But anyway, we can see down at the bottom here that Vistra Corp today closed down at around $18.90. But let's take a quick look at a snapshot of the company, and we can sort of take a look and see why it is that people may want to invest in this company. So in the first place, the interesting thing is here, it's sort of sitting in the middle of its 52-week range between the high and the low of 11 and 24 respectively. And as I said, it closed at around $19 earlier today. It is a large company. It has a $9 billion market cap. The PE ratio is very respectable for a potential entry into this stock at 15 times. It pays a nice dividend of 3%. That is going to entice some investors as well. 93% held by institutions. There's a lot of faith in this particular equity, and the short interest is less than 2%. Down here at the bottom on the right-hand side, you can see TipRank's Smart Score currently is 9 out of 10. So this is highly recommended by a number of people. I had some discussion with Bulldogs about this, and he said, obviously, as I just shared with you a minute ago, Rudy, you may want to take another look at this one. Bulldogs, I did, as I'm doing right now. And I explained to Bulldogs that currently I have about 43% of my entire equity portfolio that's long in energy. And then the next biggest one is financials at about 26, maybe 27%. So you add those two together, there's not a lot of room left. And right now, I would probably not add a new energy equity to my existing long portfolio. But other than that, Bulldogs and Jan, this one looks pretty good, very attractive, nice pickup. And I hope you guys do very, very well. JD sent me a note, and we were chatting a little bit about energy transfer on this one, but then he ended the note that he sent me. He says, nevertheless, at this current value, it's my largest holding, PSXP. Now, Phillps 66 Partners closed today at around $30.80, so just over $30. And let's take a quick snapshot look at that one as well. This is a really interesting read. Once again, you have well, in this case, you have Phillps basically sitting here at the lower end of its 52-week range. The company has a PE ratio right now of around 9, which is very attractively priced in terms of opening or initiating a position. 11% as a dividend, that is a very, very juicy dividend for people who are using this as a fixed income strategy and potentially looking at investing in Phillps in order to earn that very nice, rich dividend of $3.50 per share. Nice stock all around. Interestingly enough, a relatively small holding by institutions, and the short interest about 4%, not too high, you know, so not too many people are thinking that this is a stock worth shorting. It sits sort of in the middle on the tip rank score, 6 out of 10. Pretty good. Nice potential position to get into on this one as well. As I said, if it weren't for the fact that I had so much energy in my equity portfolio, this is certainly one that I would probably also take a look at. The other one that came up, which was interesting as well, was from Jonathan. It's about a week ago. He said MMP also has a good dividend. This is Magellan Midstream Partners. Today closed at around $45. In fact, it closed at 45.10, and after the market closed, post-market, was down just a few cents. Interesting company as well. Jonathan, on this one, it's obviously sitting a little bit at the high end of its 52-week range here, just to give us an indication of where it came from and where it's going. Large company again, $10 billion in market cap. Very respectable entry point PE at 12.5. Very rich dividend at 9%, very attractive. 60% held by institutions and less than 4% short. And this one is sitting at 10 out of 10 on tip ranks, rated a strong buy. So great pickup here, Jonathan. And this is something that our community of like-minded investors may want to spend a little bit of time and pay attention to if you are looking to initiate a position in a new energy stock. Mike Smith sent me a note a couple of weeks ago, and I actually kept this one because I hadn't responded to it yet, because I wanted to take a look at these three equities that he shared with us: TRNX, VBHI, and NGL. I don't know either of these companies, or either of the three of these companies. Toronis Technologies, Verde Bio Holdings, and NGL Energy Partners. Of the three, NGL is kind of the big one. VBHI doesn't really give me any information, so I can't really find anything on that one, Mike. TRNX is perhaps interesting. I didn't look at that one so much, but I did take a look at the larger one of the three, which is NGL Energy Partners. So over here we can see that NGL, which is a small cap or penny stock. Penny stocks are traditionally stocks that are trading for below $5 per share. NGL is was trading today at $2.57 at the close, and there was no activity post-market. This is actually trading on a public exchange. The other two are OTC, which means over the counter. So NGL, from memory, I think it's on the New York Stock Exchange. So that one is the one that I actually took a look at, just to sort of get a little bit more insight into NGL, because I don't know it at all. Interesting 52-week range here, ranging between around $1 and 7.5. This company obviously doesn't have PE, but it pays a very, very rich dividend of 15.5%, so 15.5% on an annualized basis, which is 40 cents per share. I don't know how safe that dividend is. It's obviously a very high dividend for a small company to pay, so that's something you may want to take a look at. 37% held by institutions. That's quite large for such a small cap stock. And the short interest is actually really small, which either means it's not attracting too much attention, which is a good thing, or otherwise people don't really think this is an opportunity to short. The smart score, according to tip ranks, is only 2 out of 10. So collectively, whichever analysts are covering it are not really recommending it as a buy. So these sometimes end up being diamonds in the rough. So when you find something like this, it might be worth your while, once again, if you're looking for another energy stock, to take a closer look. So I'm going to quickly share with you just a couple of positions where I initiated a new position. So this was a while back. So coming back to my first comment about Bulldogs, asking me about Beatrice, the position that I opened in Cameco was actually a few weeks ago. I'm adding this one just because it's one of my newer uranium plays. Cameco today closed at around $16.50. If we look at Cameco, it's actually trading at the high end of its range, 52-week range between $5 and $18. $5 would have been a nice entry price. So I kind of missed it there. But the reason why I'm holding a little bit of Cameco is because I think there'll be a comeback, not only due to the coronavirus and vaccine, but also as life returns to normal, plus the pent-up demand for uranium, where there currently is a massive short or undersupply for uranium. obviously as the fuel that drives nuclear energy, which is clean and green. Small dividend. I didn't buy it for the dividend. I bought it primarily for the uranium play. This is 62% held by institutions. It's only 3% short. It's sort of sitting in the middle on the tip ranks ranking out of 10, 6 out of 10. This is one I'll probably hold for a while. I did own Cameco before, sold out of it, took a little bit of profit, and then effectively applied some of that profit back into the position that I initiated several weeks ago, perhaps now about a month ago. Some that I added to, so these are 3 little penny stocks that I added to. So I had a position already. It's a small position. I added a little bit more. Goviex, once again, is a uranium company. It's based out of Canada. It's sort of trending towards the high end of its range, which is 31 cents. I added some Goviex to my position at about 22 cents. I initially opened my position in Goviex at, I think from memory, it was about 17 cents or so. So it looks great on paper. Obviously, it's a small little penny stock. So let's see where it goes. This is another one that's one of my new energy uranium plays. Another one is Paladin. Paladin is a uranium mine based out of Australia. This one also trades over the counter. It's pink sheets. And once again, it's sort of trending towards the high end of its range, which is 2 pennies to 40 cents. So currently it closed today at 35 cents per share. So up 2 pennies, which looks great on paper because that's 6%. This one is actually reasonably large. It's a $731 million mining company, and their mining assets are in Namibia. This particular stock and Goviex before it doesn't have any traction on tip ranks because there's no data available for the stock. So this is one of those stocks where you kind of are playing a bit of a gamble. So make sure that you recognize that I'm not recommending any of these. I'm just sharing with you some of the things I've done. The last one that I added to, just a little, today closed at $5.73. It's also sort of trending towards the high end of that range. It's also a slightly larger company, similar to the one I just showed you, which is Paladin from Australia. This one's an American company, so Energy Fuels is UUUU for use. $800 market cap, bouncing up and down, volatile like a yo-yo. Anyway, this once again looks great on paper. It's only 50 cents. I did have a small position in Energy Fuels, and I added a little bit more about 2 weeks ago. So coming back to my first comment about my energy portfolio, with about the positions that I currently hold, about 43% of my total long positions, it's unlikely that I would add anything right now. I probably just hold, but I also don't really look to potentially sell anything. But on that note, so how about you? Tell me what you're doing. What are you buying? What are you selling? It'll be interesting for us to compare notes and see what's going on in the marketplace. As usual, since I'm no longer doing stand-up comedy, if you like my videos, you can click the subscribe button, and I'll stay away from all the things that might potentially offend you instead of making you laugh. So on that happy smiley note, this is Rudy for Bester Investor, or Mr. Oxy, or Mr. Fossil Fuel, or otherwise call me whatever you'd like, and I'll respond. I look forward to your comments. Let's chat in the comments box, and take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.